Perhaps you were raised in a home where your emotions weren't always validated. So now you struggle with communicating your feelings in a healthy way. Instead, you might use phrases like, "I feel like," or "I feel as though," to try to protect yourself from being vulnerable. But doing so makes others feel disconnected from you. They may respond by saying things like, "Just tell me what you're feeling," or "Why are you beating around the bush?" So why does this happen? In this video, we'll discuss 4 behaviors that make people tune out emotionally. People don't want to hear your side of the story. No one wants to hear you. Because you do this. Our first point is you focus too much on yourself. Sometimes focusing on ourselves is necessary. We all have to stand up for our own needs and communicate our own truths. But if we only ever talk about ourselves, people will feel unheard and devalued. Think of a close friend of yours. Can you remember the last time you spent quality time together? What stands out to you the most about that memory? Is it a time when they told you about their dreams and aspirations? Or is it a time when they sat there listening to you complain about your problems without offering any solutions? If you had to guess, it's probably the latter. It's human nature to want to be heard. So if your conversations only ever revolve around you, those you talk to will eventually feel too embarrassed to open up. They'll also feel frustrated because you never reciprocate and let them vent. In relationships like these, there is no room for mutual growth. Both parties end up walking away feeling unheard, angry, and misunderstood. Let's take a look at the following scenario. You've just gotten done with work and come home to your spouse. You start unloading the bags and notice that the floors need to be vacuumed. As you continue to tidy up, you start to notice that they aren't helping and begin to get upset. The longer they take, the angrier you get. Finally, you snap and yell at them to go vacuum the floors while you finish unpacking. Now, think back to this moment from their perspective. How do you think they felt when you snapped at them? Even if they didn't agree that the floor needed to be vacuumed, they would have still felt upset and attacked. Why? Because you didn't validate their role in the relationship. Instead of thinking about the problem from their eyes, you jumped straight to accusing them. There is a reason why you should always practice empathy first before addressing an issue. When you show empathy toward another person, you build trust and understanding. In contrast, when you jump to accusations and criticism, you destroy it. Our next point is you over-explain due to trauma. It's natural to want to explain ourselves after doing something wrong. But if you have unresolved childhood trauma, you may find yourself explaining yourself excessively. Excessive explanations often stem from low self-worth and a fear of abandonment. Let's say you accidentally burned dinner. Maybe you were so used to being abandoned as a child that you explain yourself profusely to your partner to ensure they know you still love them. Or maybe you were so used to your opinions being disregarded growing up that you feel the need to justify every single action to ensure that others see your side of the story. While some may appreciate your explanations, others may feel suffocated by them, especially if your reasoning is coming from a place of fear rather than honesty. So before you explain yourself to someone else, ask yourself, is this explanation coming from my true, authentic self, or is it coming from a fearful, hurt child? If it's the latter, then you may want to take some time to process these feelings first before speaking. Doing so will help you express your current needs in a healthy way. Number 3. You seek validation instead of connection. Let's pretend you have a fight with your sibling. Perhaps they make fun of you in front of friends, so you post a picture of the two of you on social media with a caption calling them out. In moments like these, you may feel the need to call out your sibling to receive internet points, but doing so rarely resolves conflict. So why do you do it? Maybe you grew up in a household where you were only validated through superficial means. So now you seek validation through likes and comments. But here's the hard truth. Social media validation doesn't fill the same void as genuine human connection. While social media can be great for awareness, it's never a replacement for real life. You could have millions of followers, yet still feel completely alone. So before you call someone out, ask yourself, Will publicly humiliating them actually resolve the situation, or will it escalate it? And our last point is you communicate from an unfulfilled heart. Have you ever been in a relationship where your partner never met your emotional needs? Perhaps they were too busy working and never had time for you. Or maybe they never invested in your hobbies. Whatever it was, you felt neglected and ignored. Now, imagine you're in a heated discussion with them. When they try to offer their side of the story, you cut them off because you don't care about their needs. All you care about is yours. The pain you felt when they neglected you has turned into rage. If you want to communicate with others effectively, you must first listen to understand rather than listen to respond. That's because our unmet emotional needs often leak into our subconscious, which affects how we treat others. So, if you're struggling to communicate with someone, ask yourself, are my needs being met in this relationship? And if not, is my reaction fair, or is it clouded by past hurts? Here's the hard truth. People don't pull away because of who you are. People pull away because of how you're trying to be heard. With that said, here are 3 final things to remember. First, it takes 2 to tango. Just like a dance, relationships require 2 people. If one is leading, the other follows. So, if someone is pulling away from you, it's not your fault. They are simply responding to the way you are behaving. Second, everyone is fighting their own battles. So, before you judge someone for pulling away from you, ask yourself if they could be going through something you don't know about. Third, when someone pulls away, the best thing to do is to give them space. Think about it. Would you talk to someone who is yelling at you? Probably not. But if they took a deep breath, calmed down, and approached you with kindness, you'd likely be more open to hearing what they had to say. By giving someone space, you allow them to cool down and think clearly. Then you can talk about your issues openly and honestly. Now that you know why people pull away from you, it's time to make a change. So, which of these points resonates with you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with those who might benefit from it.